हेड्स ऑफ इस कदम
एवरी डे
उठाने
का
के
जो
लिए।
टॉपिक है
आप
ना,
नंबर गेम में नहीं गए, आप ऑडियंस गेम में नहीं गए, आप क्वालिटी में गए। दैट इज द बिग बिग पॉइंट फॉर यू, कि आप लोगों ने क्वालिटी दे रहे हो आप। ये बात है। आई लाइक इट, आई लाइक इट।
Thank you, Sangeeta.
Thank you. So let's start today.
Yeah. Yes, go
Start with our Naukar mantra. Shweta, please play the Naukar mantra.
Om Namo Arihantanam. Om Namo Siddhanam. Om Namo Ayariyanam. Om Namo Vachayanam. Namo Loe Savasahunam. Eso Panchanamukaro. Savvapavapanasano. Mangalanam cha Savvesim. Padhamam Havai Mangalam. Padhamam Havai Mangalam.
Thank you, Shweta. Now I request our Chief Secretary of G2 Ladies Wing Hyderabad, Tina Bhabi, to please introduce our speaker.
Yes. Jai Jinendra, everyone. Welcome you all to this MSME Meet Day 5 with such interesting topic going on. We would not like to miss anything actually. And today's topic is very interesting, where we deal daily with fruits and vegetables. How are they dried? The nutritional benefit. How do you save the nutritional benefit and all? We'll be covering that topic today. And regarding the second topic, that is a cloud kitchen, since there is some medical emergency with the speaker today, we will be having another session that is on herbal life. So the details will be shared in session 2. So let's start with session 1. One second. So today for speaker for the day is Dr. Suresh Itapu. So Dr. Suresh Itapu is a renowned expert in food science and technology, holding a PhD from GB Pant University, India, and professional baking training from the American Institute of Baking, USA, with experience working at Purdue University and a global technical director at ASA International Marketing. He has expertise in promoting soy food products globally, particularly in India. Dr. Itapu has authored several scientific articles and played a significant role in increasing soy food consumption in India. He currently runs his own consultancy and works with organizations like Soy Food Promotion and Welfare Association and Society for Energy, Environment and Development. We welcome you, Mr. Suresh.
Thank you, Misha. Thank you very much for the nice introduction, and good morning, everyone. On behalf of Society for Energy, Environment and Development, I would like to thank COVE to invite us, and I welcome you all for this brief session on introduction to solar food processing. I hope you can see my slides.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah, okay. So today I will be discussing on solar dehydration technology, where we can add value to fruits and vegetables, increase their shelf life. So the agenda would be like, I'll briefly discuss on the status of fruit and vegetable processing sector in India, and why there is a need for processing fruits and vegetables, and briefly talk about our organization Seed, which is an NGO working on solar food processing, and introduce solar cabinet dryers and discuss about solar food processing, and I'll talk about some of the business opportunities with solar drying. So if you look at the fruit and vegetable sector, globally, there is a high incidence of micronutrient deficiencies. You must be thinking, he is talking about fruit and vegetables. Why is he mentioning about high incidence of micronutrient deficiencies? Because fruits and vegetables are the main sources for us to get the vitamins and minerals. Most of the vitamins come from fruits and minerals come from vegetables. So if you have a high instance of micronutrient deficiency, it is always advisable to include fruits and vegetables into our daily diet. And in India, the low fruit and vegetable consumption is a more nutritional problem. And if you look at processing of fruits and vegetables, this is relevant because even though India is the world's second largest producer of fruits and vegetables, and we have almost 25 to 30% loss of fruits and vegetables after post harvest due to lack of processing. See, the processing, if you look at US, which has about 65% of their produce they process, but whereas in India we have around 2.2, 2.5%, very, very low processing. And you all know that fruits and vegetables are, they have very low shelf life, they will be spoiled very fast. So if you don't process them, then you will be losing that. Even though we are a second largest producer of fruits and vegetables, we are still having issues with vitamin and mineral deficiencies, and also very high amount of post-harvest losses are happening. And one issue where we would like to introduce the solar food processing sector is for fruits and vegetable processing. If you see a big companies like if you look at Unilever, or we all know Kisan or Nestle. So they all have a good processing facilities at a very high capacity. But if you look at a small and medium scale capacity, there are not appropriate technologies. And that is where we found out an opportunity for using solar energy to process fruits and vegetables at the farm level itself. You can actually process at the farm level without using any energy. You can dehydrate them, increase the shelf life, and reduce the losses. And also in this dryer, we have done various other products with, fruits, vegetables, and non-timber forest produce, especially for tribal population. And there are other products also, which I will discuss later on. As I said earlier, fruits and vegetables are are excellent source for vitamins and minerals. So if you have not consuming, and if there is a loss of fruits and vegetables, that contributes to underdevelopment. Because if you don't have the vitamins and the minerals, we all know that how severe is vitamin A deficiency, iron deficiency, anemia, especially in women, in girl child, anemia is a big issue. Even men also, boys also, it's an issue, but it's a bigger issue in women. And if your anemia is there, and if your iron levels are low, that will lead to a lot of other things, including losing immunity and fatigue, and not able to perform 100%. So that will lead to underdevelopment. And you look at it, one recent study, this was 23 report, they said despite abundant production, an estimated 30 to 40% of fruits and vegetables are lost between harvest and consumption due to various factors, because of shelf life, because of lack of proper storage. So all these things are leading to a big problem of this very, very valuable food product we are losing. And if you see, fruits and vegetable per availability gram per person per day, and you look at the global availability is 526 grams per day, 546 grams per day. You look at South Asia, that is India, where India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Nepal, we have only 326. That is, we are only little ahead of sub-Saharan Africa, where 206 grams. But if you look at all other major consuming areas, and our availability itself is low, on top of it we are losing this valuable food commodity. So here I just would like to introduce you to our NGO, which is Society for Energy, Environment and Development, which is a R&D based NGO, which was started way back in 1987 by mostly from scientists, engineers, and professionals and educationists in India. Sorry. So we at SEED, Professor Ramakrishna Rao, who you would have seen here, he, after retiring from scientist at the IAS, Indian Institute of Sciences in Bangalore, he started this NGO with his colleagues. And he developed a solar cabinet dryer, which is a patented dryer. And using this, we have been developing various products for processing fruits and vegetables. So far, we have developed more than 125 technologies using the cabinet dryer. And our NGO has a DSIR recognized lab. And in 2012, we have received NABARD's Rural Innovation Award for solar food processing and drying technology. This particular dryer, as I said, it's a patented dryer. Of course, the patent is now over, so now it is open. And in this particular dryer, unfortunately, we are doing the virtual. If you have time, or if sometime if you come to Hyderabad, we have a facility in Jubilee Hills and a more commercial facility in Moinabad. You can actually see this dryer, and this dryer uses both photovoltaic technology as well as solar thermal technology. That means the heat generated in the dryer is through solar thermal energy. And when you actually taking out the moisture from the fruits and vegetables using the photovoltaic technology, we run a fan with the solar cells, and this fan will exhaust out the moisture which is coming out of the fruits and vegetables. So it has a forced circulation because we using these fans. And the radiation passes through transparent glass and top of the which is located on the top of cabinet, and which actually has, because of greenhouse effect, if you have an outside temperature, let's say 35 degrees centigrade, inside temperature, even without increasing any energy, putting any energy, because of the greenhouse effect, the temperature goes as high as 65 degrees centigrade. Okay, so that is where we are able to take out the moisture from the fruits and vegetables. And our organization is actively involved in development with developed various technologies with support from Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Non-Renewable Energy Resources, Ministry of Food Processing Industries, NABARD, UNDP, and so on. So organizations have been involved, and we also have different dryer capacities, not only with solar drying. Also we have a hybrid technology where we use photovoltaic and technology to store the energy in the batteries, and this energy will be used to dehydrate vegetables during non-sunny hours, like today the weather if you see in Hyderabad, it is little cloudy. The temperatures are is only around 27, 28 degrees centigrade. So if you have a non-sunny hours time like this, or even in the evening, the solar energy which is stored in the batteries can be used to dry the product. So this is how a dryer look like. I just would like to explain. There will be two levels of trays will be placed, stainless steel trays, and you can see in the bottom where my cursor is showing, there is an inlet of air. Through this inlet, cold air enters the cabinet, and because of the solar energy, the glass gets heated, the chamber, the cabinet gets heated, the temperature rises inside the cabinet. This cold air heated up. When it goes up, always the hot air is always lower in density, so it goes up. So while going, so this will take out the moisture from the fruits or vegetables or the product you put in the trays, and you see the fans. These fans will exhaust out the uh, sorry, moisture. So these photovoltaic cells, they are used to run these fans. So if the intensity of sun rays are higher, that means the temperature will be higher inside the cabinet. The rate of dehydration will be faster. Because of the intensity, the fans will move at a higher speed. So your moisture removal is also faster. So this is how the basic principle of this particular dryer. So the salient features, if you see, of this dryer are like you can see, it uses zero energy cost. You don't need to put any energy for drying process. You just put in the trays the solar energy plus support from solar photovoltaic technology. The moisture is removed, and the cabinet temperature maybe ranges from 40 to 65 degrees in summer. when the weather temperature is outside is, let's say, 40, 35, 40, it can go as high as 65 degrees centigrade. You can find a temperature difference from ambient to inside the dryer to 15 to 30 degrees centigrade, depending upon the weather and the intensity of the sun rays. We have temperature indicator, we have moisture and humidity control. This humidity control is relevant. I don't know how where are you are all from, but if you are in the coastal areas where the humidity levels are there, especially in the afternoon, or in the afternoon, in the evening, when the temperature is low, the humidity will set in, and the moisture which is removed in the morning may actually get back into the product. So we have a humidity control. We put some dehumidifiers in those areas where there is high humidity level. So this humidity will be removed, and we use stainless steel trays. And there is a standby electrical backup is there in case you want to increase the rate of dehydration, or you can use a photovoltaic technology where you can store the energy into the batteries and run the heaters with those and with that energy. And also we have UV reduction blue filter glass, where the reason for this is some of the vitamins are very heat sensitive, and also some are light sensitive, especially they are sensitive to UV rays. So in order to prevent loss of those vitamins, we put a UV glass, especially if you look at green leafy vegetables, you put a blue filter glass so that it will filter out the UV rays, so some of these vitamins will be protected. And also it is rain and dust proof. Even though if it is raining, the product inside is safe. Of course, it won't be dried, but product inside is safe and dust proof, and then it is insect and rodent proof. The reason why I'm saying insect and rodent proof is because if you are starting like a business as a food industry, so there are, for good manufacturing practices, there are certain requirements. It should be dust proof, it should be insect and rodent proof, because we are keeping the dryer in the open outside. So if it is inside, you can always manage, but if it is outside, you have to be very careful how you protect your product. In the dryers, initially when Professor Ramakrishna Rao garu started this dryer technology, we started with a small SDM8 that takes about 8 kgs of product. And then slowly we developed different capacities starting from 50, 100, 200, 400, 500. We are in the process of doing a 1 ton per charge dryers. And there are, as I said earlier, we have solar dryers specially designed for high humidity areas like coastal regions. And there are medium-sized dryers with 200 kg capacity. So an entrepreneur, if he or she is looking for that, so you can start with 100 or 200 kg capacity for commercial production of dehydrated vegetables, fruits, and other value-added product. And also we have hybrid solar dryer where you can use electrical backup as well as solar thermal energy. And we also have a technology called load cell technology. One thing you remember here is, so we are not giving a consistent heat into the product to remove the moisture, because our temperature depends on the intensity of the sun rays, solar rays. So if the rays changes, you cannot actually have a consistent drying. In order to overcome that, we have this load cell technology, where you will have a consistent moisture content in the final product. So now we are working on new installation material. Of course, it's already done, which will increase the temperature efficiency, will be increased by about 20%. We are working on a trolley system for loading and for unloading, especially if you are going for a 500 kg capacity dryer, because it takes a lot of space and takes a lot of time to actually load the dryer. So what happens is, if you have a big dryer, and if you take at least 3 4 hours just to load the material into the dryer, by the time half of the sunny hours are gone. So in order to overcome that, we are working on a trolley system where the loading and unloading will be semi-automatic and faster. And there are air filters which are designed to accommodate cleaning the dryer and also providing the clean air inside the dryer. So we recently, with the support from Terry, we developed a biomass and thermal storage technology for this solar cabinet dryer. These are some of the models. So what we can say, this is what I was referring to, SDM8. This is how this will look like. This is the SDM50, and this is 100. You can see 200, 400, and 500. These are all different capacities of dryers we have currently developed for dehydrating fruits and vegetables and value addition. A typical SDM50 will look like, you remember I was talking about the blue filter, which filters out the UV radiation. This is what it look like. So if you are drying some sensitive material, you just put those blue filter on top of this glass so that UV radiation will be stopped. This is how a 200. You remember I was mentioning about a medium scale dryer. This is how a 200 SDM 200 will look like. There are you see the trace here. You will see another layer of trace are below this layer. So this will be having, but not all. All these panels are not for this. Okay, you don't worry about it, because we have all the dryers panels were put at one place, so that is why it looks so many. But usually these six fans will be there. They will be run by one of these panels. This is a 400 dryer. You see how big, how small a panel is to run this eight fans. So this will be a little bigger capacity dryer. So what are the differences between solar drying and open sun and drying, which is very common? You have been doing traditionally open sun drying, where you just put the product on a mat or somewhere in the open sun and let it to dry. The advantages are, there are a lot of advantages for solar dehydration technology using the solar cabinet dryers. This is more recent innovation. Rate of drying is faster, because you remember I said the temperature is, suppose if you put in a sun dryer, if you put it outside, whatever is the temperature outside, let's say 35, 40 degrees, that will be the temperature. Whereas in this dryer, we will have a temperature as high as 65 degrees centigrade. So the temperature is higher, so the drying rate is faster, and there is no contamination because it is completely covered. And this can provide hygiene and clean conditions. Quality of the product will be very good, and it can meet the GMP, that means good manufacturing practices requirement. And there are drying constraints for open sun drying, because it is only possible on the sunny days. Whereas this, with the electrical backup or with the photovoltaic batteries, energy in the batteries, so you can do all day, including cloudy and rainy days also. Product appearance is very acceptable. Color and taste are very good, and drying will be more even drying, and it can be adapted very well to the commercial process. If some of you are interested in adopting this as a business opportunity, you can adopt this very easily. So this is just a technical specification. You can just look at it. And for SDM 100, if you take, the loading capacity is 100 kg. Of course, it varies from product to product. Okay. If you are looking at a fruit bar, maybe it can take 100 kg. Or if you are looking at a green leafy vegetables, it will be less. So we have specific sheets for capacities calculated for different products also. And the solar window will be like 4.46 meters. So, and the drying area will be 7.2 meters, and solar photovoltaic panels would be like 42 watts, and electrical backup would be 7.2 watts. So whatever is the energy you put to dry it, to put the heaters, because you don't put actually a big heaters, because you want to only reach up to 65 degrees centigrade. A 7.2 watts electrical backup would be good enough. And these are the for different high humidity dryers. And as I said earlier, especially in the coastal areas, we need to control the humidity. So we have a desiccant which can absorb the moisture is put in this, and SDM 100 scale up volume. Just a second. Sir, Rohan call just. Okay, wait a second. Sorry, yeah, I got a call. Yeah. And the 200, sir, sir, I'll give it to you. Just a second. Sorry. So we have a, SDM 200, which you have seen. This is more like a pyramidal structure. So as the capacity goes, because you can only go like a pyramid structure, because you have to have the glass in an inclined position. There is certain 20 degrees angle it should be there. So that is how the structure would be. And there are if you look at SDM with hybrid with the solar thermal plus solar photovoltaic technology, there will be thermal insulation will be there. There will be laminated heaters, which will have a greenhouse effect, and then it can help us in going for the long operational hours. So these are some of the dryers. By now, I didn't give the numbers, but we have more than I think 300. This is a little older number. More than 300 dryers are there in India and abroad in some of the countries like Malaysia, Australia, Mauritius, and Saudi Arabia. Also, we have dryers. These are location of some of our dryers. Why solar drying? It preserves color and flavor, because compared to a traditional drying, that is cabinet drying, where it is dried at a higher temperature. So in this, it will preserve the color and the flavor. The nutrient loss will be less, because it's any processing, any food processing, there will be loss of nutrients. So in this, your nutrient loss will be less, and because while drying this, you do certain pre-treatment. So because of that, there will be it will stop the decomposition because of the enzyme action that will be there. So it will ensure more even drying and extended storage life. You take just a single example of, let's say, mango, which you cut into pieces and dry in this. So that can be stored at ambient temperature for 9 months. So you can have a extended shelf life even at the ambient temperature. It permits early harvesting, reduces field losses of the product, and reduces spoilage in storage significantly. And transportation is easy with the dried product. One is it will have a lot better shelf life. And another thing is, one simple example I'll just explain here. Like if you are drying tomatoes, let's say take example of tomato, 1 truck can take, let's say, 20 tons of fresh tomatoes. So these 20 tons of fresh tomatoes can be converted into 1 ton of powder or a dehydrated tomato. So imagine, the volume which is required by 20 trucks can be transported only in one truck. So it will you are actually taking out the moisture, so you can actually transport more, and your transport cost will be less, and the life of the product will be better. As I said earlier, that this technology offers hygiene, clean, and safe dehydration process products with zero energy cost. You can manufacture this product, and you can actually preserve the nutritive value and also actually enhance the nutritive value, because you are taking out the moisture. So the nutrient concentration will be higher in the dried products, because you are reducing the, let's say, in tomatoes, reducing the moisture from 95 to let's say 5% moisture. So you are concentrating the nutrients, and you can actually add very high value to the fruits and vegetables. We will discuss that later. And low capacity utilization, and high income opportunities for rural women, youth, and farmers. And it can prevent pollution free and ecological friendly environment during the processing. And it is suitable for micro level and small scale production. And this is suitable for post harvest technology for processing fruits and vegetables. And as a new products, we will see what kind of different products we can have it. And this technology can offer us processing of forest produce, like fruits, gums, medicinal and herbal plants, that we call them as a non-timber forest produce, which can serve as a sustainable livelihood for the underprivileged section, especially the tribal population, and creates job opportunities for rural women and youth. And if you look at The value-added products, you see, there are so many products. As I said earlier, we have developed more than 125 products using this technology. We name it fruit bars, mango bar, guava, sapota, pineapple, fig, apple. You name the fruit bars. We have developed these bars using this technology. Again, dehydrated cut fruits like mango, sapota, guava, like any fruit which is most fruits are mostly seasonal, so you can actually dehydrate them, and then you can actually make them available in the in the off season times. And here I just like to mention one thing. As I said earlier, India is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables. Even though it is we are the second largest producer, unfortunately we are importing these cut fruits like what I'm showing here. We are importing these cut fruits from mostly from Southeast Asia, like Taiwan. So why don't we do this? We can actually do this using the solar cabinet dryer, and similarly dehydrate the vegetables, which can be made available later on, and also helps in cooking better. Because the solar dehydration is done at a relatively lower temperature, and your rehydration characteristics will be better, and you can have spices, herbs, and other processed products. Here we developed in seed, we developed chocolate and roped osmosolar dehydrated fruits. We dehydrate fruits not just by drying. We also use a technology called osmosolar dehydration, where we take out some of the water through the osmosis process. After that, we dehydrate it using the solar dryer. So these osmos dehydrated fruit pieces were enrobed with chocolate. So when you eat it, you can have a benefit of both chocolate and the fruit. Like that, you can have food service products like ginger powder, garlic powder. These are all different products which can play a very important role in food service industry, like Horeca segment. And there are products like seafoods, nuts. These are all various products which can be commercially processed using the solar cabinet dryer. If you look at the dried fruits, you have apple, apricot, banana, blueberries, cherries. So any fruit you can actually process into a dried fruit. So which can be sold as a dried. And nowadays we have something called trial mixes, where dry fruits and dried fruits are added. And then they can be consumed as a snack, or maybe added with your breakfast cereal. And also you can have a mix of different fruits, and you can consume them as a snack. And for your information, US FDA recommends 5 servings of fruit every day. So it's very difficult to eat 5 times of fruit. So if you have a dehydrated fruit like that, you can take maybe have 3, 4 pieces of this fruit, and you can meet that recommendation of eating fruits 5 times a day. Like raisins, of course, everybody knows. You can look at prunes, apricots, fig, and various types of fruits. Like this, what the picture what I'm showing here is a 7 blend fruit blend. You can actually mix different fruits pieces into that, and it's a very good opportunity. As I said earlier, India, unfortunately, being the second largest producer of fruits, we are importing these fruits. And why don't we process it and then use it in the Indian market? Similarly, vegetables, as I said before, they are rich in minerals, and they can be a very, very good kitchen aid. Like if you look at onion flakes or carrot flakes or dehydrated leafy vegetables, nowadays moringa has been very, very popular. Dehydrated tomatoes, ginger, garlic. So you can dehydrate them and use them in your cooking as a great kitchen aid, and make them available during the off seasons. And uh, they can be stored for long period, and they're easy to cook, and also your processing time will also reduce. And we all know kasuri methi, one of the products which has been there for a very long time. Similarly, dried peas, like that we can promote this. And there are dried vegetables like onion, garlic, ginger, can be very much used, and they are easy to rehydrate and use them in off seasons. And you can actually make pre-mixes using these products for maybe for a soup mix, or as a for the Horeca segment, for the food service department, you can make industry, you can make pre-mixes using the dehydrated vegetables. Similarly, there are so many dehydrated vegetables are available And based on your local availability of your vegetables, you can dehydrate them using the solar cabinet dryer. And spices, like you can have ginger, mango, ginger, garlic, red chili, green chili powder, pepper. So these are all different spices you can dehydrate in this. And also in seed, we have dehydrated amla as amla powder. And also we used this method, as I said earlier, osmo dehydration method, osmo solar dehydration method, where we cut the amla into small pieces, dehydrated using osmo solar dehydration. And then we flavored it like a mouth freshener, which can be a very good and healthy alternate to betel nut or as a mouth freshener. And there are other products which we have been doing regularly in seed is the ragi malt. As I said earlier, seed is an NGO. So we develop the various products so that when somebody like you takes this product into the market, we want to demonstrate the commercial viability. So based on that, we have developed various products like we malted ragi. Of course, nowadays everybody is talking about millets. For the last 15 years, we have been producing malted ragi using this solar dryer, and then wheatgrass, which is a very good nutritional supplement, which is very rich in various vitamins and minerals. You can actually grow wheatgrass, and then maybe at 7 days time you can just cut it and dehydrate, and it can be used as a excellent supplement for vitamins and minerals. And as I said, chocolate and rolled fruits. And also here, what we in seed, what we have done is, in addition to drying or dehydrating fruits and vegetables, we developed these new fruits and vegetable based nutritional supplements. You remember in the beginning I said that they are an excellent source of vitamins and minerals, and also there are a lot of bioactive components available in these fruits and vegetables, so which will help us in for making supplements, for nutritional supplements as well as disease specific supplements. That's what we have demonstrated. And for herbs, there are so many opportunities for herbs. You can dehydrate using this. And the opportunities with all these products would be like traditional fruit charts, traditional fruit baits, dried seasonal vegetable, dried leafy vegetables. We are getting excellent response for dried leafy vegetables, vegetable powders. This is also increasing significantly. Vegetables, flakes, spices, powders, etc. And these are some of the sample products. These are not necessarily our own products, but you can actually make products, commercial products like this. This is what I was referring to, so osmo solar dehydration, where if you want to dry fruits, you usually use sugar solution. You put the cut fruit into the sugar solution. The sugar doesn't go inside the fruit. A lot of people think that if you put it in a sugar solution, you are adding sugar. No, it is not like that. What happens is, when you put a concentrated sugar solution or a salt solution for vegetables, the water which is present in the fruits will be moved to the this concentrated sugar solution, so that moisture will be removed from the fruit and no sugar goes inside the fruit. And actually in this process, after treatment with sugar or salt, we actually wash these fruits with water so that any sugar or salt adhere to the surface of the cut fruits or vegetables will be removed. After that, if you achieve around, let's say, around 30-35% moisture removal in this during this osmosis process, then you dry it using the dryer. So that is how, using a osmosis as well as dehydration technology, you can actually make products, dehydrate them, which is actually a better products, because you don't need rehydration in this, and the eating characteristics will be very good, and the color retention is better in this, and flavor retention is better in this, and nutrients retention is better in this particular process. This is how a typical osmo solar dehydration is. If you look at it, just take the material, wash it, and prepare into the preparation of the fruits. And usually there are pre-treatments are involved, because you need to inactivate some enzymes, some components which decompose or maybe do the browning reaction. So you need to inactivate them. Then you put it in a sugar solution or a salt solution based on your requirement, drain it, and then you just dehydrate this cut pieces using the solar cabinet dryer. I'll not go into this, but yeah, this is another. So what we have done is we have made fruits like apple, banana, mango, pineapple, sapota. We rehydrated them using osmosolar dehydration, then coated with a chocolate. So when we made this product and tried it in the market, we have got excellent response from test marketing, especially in from corporates. We have got very good response because a lot of corporates wants to take this and give it as a gift, especially during the festive season. So this is a very good product where you can get the benefit of fruit as well as the chocolate. Here I would like to concentrate on formulation of nutritional supplements, because as we have been discussing, fruits and vegetables are excellent source of vitamins, minerals, and also there are a lot of bioactive components. So when you are actually dehydrating, let's say again, I'll take the example of tomato, which has various nutrients and with 90%, 95% moisture. So when you dehydrate that into powder, then you are actually concentrating the nutrients. So you take these different fruit or vegetable powders, which is rich in iron or calcium or lycopene or isoflavones or vitamin A. So you choose those things like carrot powder, amla powder, which is rich in vitamin C. So you choose them and mix them with a base material. Like in this, we have chosen ragi malt, which is again solar dehydrated ragi malt was chosen. And in that, we added this tomato, carrot, soya flour, and amla powder and sugar in such proportions that it will give around 20 to 25% RDA of the key vitamins and minerals. So this is like a porridge which can be given to school going children. So the designing can be done based on your product, final product, based on your target population. Like if you are looking at a child nutrition supplement or a geriatric nutrition supplement or a nutrition supplement for pregnant women, lactating mothers, or a general health supplement or a disease specific nutrition supplement, based on what you want to make, you choose the raw material, you choose the amount of the raw material without, of course, compromising the organoleptic attributes like taste, flavor, and acceptability. So with this, based on your targeted age group, you can develop different nutritional supplements providing these key vitamins, minerals, and bioactive components through natural sources. So that this particular product has been tested, and we have been producing this currently supplying under CSR for the last almost 10, 12 years. We have been supplying this to various schools as a nutritional supplement between meals. And like that, you can do different kind of nutritional supplements. This is a very high value addition to fruits and vegetables just by using solar dehydration technology. I would like to show some of the pictures, like what, as far as fruit rolls are concerned, we have like commercially viable, successful mango, fig, mixed fruit, katta meter, guava, pineapple, apricot, like that. You different kinds of fruit rolls have been developed, and commercial viability has been tested. This is how the fruit rolls would look like. These are the mango bars, guava, katta meter, and like this. And these are the fruit slices, as I was mentioning earlier. Either you do osmo dehydration or osmo solar dehydration, whether it is pineapple, apple, or guava, chiku, sapota. So like that, you can do various cut fruits and dehydrated vegetables. Like curry leaf powder or green leafy vegetables, wheatgrass powder. So like that, you tomato powder. We have got a very good response for tomato powder because it's an excellent ingredient for seasoning of the snacks. Like if you look at products like kurkure and those kind of products, they all add this tomato powder to give that characteristic tangy flavor to the product. Like that, you can have different green leafy vegetables and different vegetables in the form of powder or in the form of cut pieces. Like these are some of the products like which we have been commercially producing. Curry leaf powder, ragi malt powder. This is amla powder as well as amla supari. This is what I was referring to. Then ginger powder, wheat grass powder, and also we have developed a lot of technologies, non-timber forest producers using the solar cabinet dryer. Whether you are looking at amchur or gumkaraya or asparagus or androgaphis or tamarind for that matter, which is mostly available in the tribal areas, people you gather them and you can actually gather, clean them and make it in the form of rolls or make it in the form of powder. So like that for non-timber forest produce, especially for the tribal population, you can produce. These are the non-timber forest produce which are processed using the solar cabinet dryer. And we also look at training programs at Seed. We do a lot of training. These are the tribal training programs done at a tribal area using the solar cabinet dryer. This is the SDM 8, which we have taken there to demonstrate how they can process these non-timber forest produce in the dryer. So these are some of the products like jackfruit rolls. We got excellent jackfruit roll and custard apple, sitaphalam. This is very appealing and a very good product which we developed recently. And we, as I said earlier, this is the nutritive drink, nutritive beverage, which we have been producing for quite a number of years to provide nutritional supplement to school-going children. And this can be a solar dehydration technology can be an excellent opportunities for women, rural women, as well as youth, because you can add value to agriculture producers at farm level. You really don't need to do a lot of work. In the morning, you load it into the dryer. By the evening, they will be dried and they can do their regular activities. And it can be a very good opportunities for FPOs and help the rural women and youth to process the local produce to get key nutrients. That doesn't mean in the urban or semi-urban area you cannot process it. The reason why we said rural area means because when you produce there and by the time you bring it, there will be losses and a lot of the farmers, they don't get enough revenue. So if they can put it there and do the value addition, they can get good income enhancement, and it can also make an impact on the food value chain by making more food available and processing at a farm level by the vulnerable segment of population, and it can help us in enriching Q nutrients as we have seen in the child nutrition supplement with the bioavailability increases and also bioactive products. Like we all know that the fruits, vegetables have a lot of health promoting attributes. So you can actually concentrate them and you can actually give healthy nutrition, health supplements by identifying those bioactive components like kala jamun, we all know, karela, or methi, what is there in methi. So things like that, you can actually select those fruits or vegetables or agricultural produce where there is disease managing attributes, so you can actually produce them and a very high value added. So this is what I was referring to, the photovoltaic technology where we use the hybrid dryer where some amount of energy is, some amount of drying is done by solar thermal energy. And then you harness the solar energy through these photovoltaic cells and put them in these batteries. Okay. So you can actually use this energy later on maybe for drying or maybe for grinding from tomato into tomato powder or maybe some doing some pulping operations. You can actually use that particular energy to do these activities. And at Seed, we also have an incubation facility where if any one of you are interested before getting into setting up of a business, you can approach us and you can actually bring your product or try your product and then do the marketing, test marketing of that product. And then once you are comfortable, you can go set up your business, or as a food business you can start. By now we have more than this is number is a little older number. We have more than 50 entrepreneurs who have been using our facility, whether to process moringa leaves or brinjal, dehydrated vegetables, or we have got a lot of activities done with fig processing and organic mango pulp. Nowadays, there are a lot of people with organic fruits and vegetables are coming to us to dehydrate them using the solar dehydration technology, making soup mix, dehydrating or malting sorghum, and to make ready-to-eat millets, organic red chilies, turmeric. So like that, there are so many entrepreneurs, potential entrepreneurs are coming to us and using our incubation facility and testing their products here before they invest into the uh, business. So at the last, I would like to say, if you have a solar regional processing facility in different processing areas to process maybe fruit rolls or vegetables or processed foods, and you can actually have a central facility where you can bring all this material in a semi-urban or urban area, because it may be a little challenging to do the marketing in the rural area. So you bring them and you can actually supply to various markets like retail marketing or food, B2B like food industry. Currently, we are working with some food companies where they need dehydrated vegetables for their commercial production, or maybe you look at the feeding programs like integrated child development scheme programs or into midday meal schemes or hospitals. So like that, there are various marketing avenues where you can look at it, processing these fruits and vegetables from different locations, bring them to a central facility, and then marketing into to different segments. So this is in brief about the introduction to solar food processing. And if you have any questions, I'll be very glad to answer. Thank you very much.
Yes. Very informative, sir. Very crisp and
Thank
very
you.
clear with lot of
Thank you.
information. The first question is, do you have home-friendly compact machines available for household purposes? Can we install them at home?
Yeah, the SDM8, what I said, or SDM25, little bigger than that. These two can be set
Okay.
up at the home scale. There's no issue. The lot of people are actually have these small dryers at their homes. You can do that. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the price of the machine, sir?
I I think SDM8 is 25,000. I'm not sure, Mrs. Shyamala will have a better information. But SDM50, which is a little bigger, that is about 1.5 lakh rupees. Okay.
1.5 lakh. Okay. So one more is, do we need electrical backup along with the solar system?
You really don't need it. Okay. Maybe especially at this time of the year, maybe for few days, you may not be able to use it. But without that, actually, all this processing we are doing at seed, we don't use electrical backup. We only use the solar
Okay.
dryer itself. But if somebody wants, and none
Okay.
of these people, most of these people who have the dryer now, they also don't have the electrical backup. But we always give an option to the entrepreneurs to have a electrical backup in case if they want it. Okay.
Okay. So the machine is also placed on the terrace?
Yes, yeah, it has to be put on a terrace or an open place with certain degree of inclination to get the effective solar rays. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. And there's a lot of space required, or the machine is very compact, sir?
it is compact. Of course, that depends on the size capacity.
Okay.
SDM8 is like the chair sitting. This big is that
Yes.
SDM8.
Okay.
25 will be.
Okay.
So it depends on the capacity. So what's the place they have, how big they want to do the process. So it can be set up in in any area based on the capacity.
Okay. And during rainy days, how to manage with the machine, sir?
You don't need to do anything during rainy days. You can just leave it outside. That's not at all a problem, because it won't get rusted or anything.
Okay.
And if you have a product inside, if it is not dried, maybe it will be spoiled. But it will not, the rain water will not go into that. It is protected. Machine also, you don't need to move it. All our machines are there outside forever. There is no issue like that.
Okay. And before placing the machine, any specific inspection to be done?
Not really any specific inspection. We only need to do is your terrace and the direction of the dryer. So if we need to see if the dryer direction is like this, and if there is something, a wall or something which is obstructing the sun rays, that is all we need to do that. Other than that, we only need to have a balancing of the dryer. There is not really much inspection required for that.
Okay. 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 And compared to the fresh produce, how are the nutrients in the dried fruits?
See, as I said earlier, fresh produce, let's say, mm, the nutrient content will be actually very high in this. Because if you take 1 kg of tomatoes, okay, let's say 20 kgs of tomatoes, if you take, that will have that will give 1 kg of the tomato powder or flakes. Okay, so tomato, let's say, has around um, 100 milligrams of uh, vitamin A, just a number. Okay, so that will be almost 800 milligrams or 900 milligrams in this. That is because you are actually taking out the moisture from that. So
Moisture, yes.
uh, there is 20% reduction in the product weight. So there will be concentration. Even if there is about, let's say, 10-15% loss of vitamins during the process, but there will be higher concentration of these nutrients. And with minerals, there is no loss because minerals are not lost during heat treatment or drying process. So actually, it will have a higher amount of
Okay.
nutrients because your total solids are very high in this and low in the fresh produce. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Other than sunny days, how is the sun rays temperature managed?
See, you cannot manage the temperature. That is why you remember in my presentation, I said a load cell technology. Because
Yes.
you don't have any control on the uh, sun rays. So you
Okay.
can only control the time of drying. So on a sunny day, if the temperature is very high, it will be dried fast. If you have the load cell, it will say that okay, we put a product with 1 kg and we have taken out 90% moisture. That means the product will be 100 grams. So this load cell will tell, okay, you have achieved this much amount of moisture removal, so it is ready to remove because you don't have any control on the heating or a temperature. So you control in how much moisture is removed. That is how you control
Okay.
it. Okay.
Okay. And how do you get connected to the farm producer? Do you help in a startup?
We don't do that, but we do the training program. Every month, we do a 3 or 4 day training program at our facility. We invite different FPOs or potential entrepreneurs to do that. And where we
Okay.
talk about all these things, we show them how they can process them. Because you don't take big groups. We'll have only 12 to maximum 15 people in a group, so that they will actually do hands-on practical training to dehydrating these vegetables, and also we teach them about quality control, because if you are commercially producing, quality of the product is also very important. Hygiene,
Yes.
safety, handling, these are all important. So we do little training on that also in those 4 days of
And
training.
sir, no preservatives are added, sir, while drying. No preservatives are added.
No preservatives are added. But in the
Okay.
pre-treatments, there are some treatments like sulfur dioxide treatment will be there before the processing. And other than that, we don't, even in the fruit juice, fruit bars, we don't add any preservatives. Okay.
Okay. And how many people are required, sir, to carry with this business?
See, if you can do everything, or 2 people or 3 people should be more than enough. That again depends on the capacity. You remember I said if you have a STM
Capacity only.
500, so
Yes.
it will take a lot of time to load the material. Then you need more people. Okay. If
Exactly.
somebody has a SDM 50 or 100, so 2 people can easily do the process.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. It was really, really good, sir. And please share your training details
Yeah.
with
Okay.
all cities can organize, sir.
Yeah, we will. I'll ask Mrs. Shamala to be in touch with Shanti or your organization, Okay, we can share the details and which you can forward it to the
But this is
potential.
a national event going on, and here these womenpreneurs are from all over India, sir.
Oh, okay, great. Good, good.
Yes, yes, sir. So they are not only from Hyderabad, sir. They are from all over India.
From all over the
So
country.
even if
Great.
they
Yeah.
want to take the
Sure.
benefit of the
We will,
training session, they can do that.
yeah, we will share the details with you. Okay. And you can share with the participants. Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay, sir. Oh, they are having issues later. It is difficult to track. No, sir. No, members will be posted in the MSM group. All the details will be posted in the MSME group so that you girls can follow
Oh,
that.
yeah. I think that is better. Yeah.
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 Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir. That was very,
Okay.
very
Thank you. Thank
informative.
you very much. And thanks for
Thank
your
you.
interest and inviting us to this program.
Thank you.
And thanks a
Yes, sir.
lot and all the best. Bye.
Let's start with our second session. Yeah. Thank you, Suresh, sir.
Thank you.
Rakhi? Rakhi, we can start with the second session. Unmute yourself, Rakhi. Yeah. Shweta, please make Kirti the co-host.
Okay.
Ashwini or Shweta? अश्विनी
कीर्ति जी नहीं है, मीटिंग में है।
हाँ मीटिंग में है ना CBOP कीर्ति yes ma'am is here already
Okay, done, ma'am.
thank you Shweta
Namaste, thank you.
yes Rakhi hello
Can
ma'am
you all hear me? Good morning.
yes
Namaste.
you are audible ma'am you are audible and you are the co-host also just give us 2 minutes we'll start with the session ma'am yes
Hello, Jai Jinendra, everyone. Now I would like Anita Ranka to please introduce our second speaker. Please unmute Anita Ranka, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jai Jinendra, everyone.
Anita unmute yourself.
Yes, I am on unmute only now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. Jai Jinendra, everyone. I welcome Miss Kirti Chakoti. She is the co-founder of Chakoti Bioorganic Products LLP. Audible?
अनीता तेरी आवाज कट हो रही है
Okay. Just a minute.
या तो नेटवर्क में आ जाओ
Yes, I am in network only. Now it is fine?
it's fine Anita
Yeah. Kirti Chakoti is the co-founder of Chakoti Bioorganic Products LLP, operating under the brand name Czech Organics. She is a multi-awarded winning entrepreneur at the national and state levels and serves as the treasurer for the COVI Telangana chapter. Alongside her husband, Rakesh Chakoti, CEO, she is dedicated to organic farming and wellness living. Their company cultivate noni and herbs on 50 acres of farmland, creating unique wellness and personal care products that are purely free and zero waste. Their mission is to benchmark in the nutricals and personal care industry. I welcome Ms. Kirti Chakoti.
hello ma'am welcome you ma'am you need to unmute yourself
Yeah. Can you all hear me now?
you are audible ma'am
I'm sorry, I'm a little away from my office. We'll be reaching in some time. So I just wanted to share my experience as an entrepreneur. And I've been living in Africa for more than 18 years and settled in 2016 with no agenda. Just randomly, with a divine intervention, had to stay back in India. had no idea as to what to do. But as NRIs, we try to accumulate some properties when we are earning there. So that's how we've taken some farmlands. And my parents also lived abroad and they settled in India and decided to get into agriculture as a passion. So my father took over into organic cultivation through Palekar ji, and he studied himself and educated himself in agriculture. So we started passionately funding from Africa to do organic cultivation. So we started with vegetables, pulses, and turmeric and all that which can grow in Telangana. Uh, in that time, we had a serious issue at home where my mother had a series of malaria attacks, and she was on a deathbed. That was the time where one doctor suggested to take noni fruit juice. And I was 7th month pregnant, and when my son was born, I realized he was a Down syndrome, which is a genetic disorder, and he was just 1.5 kgs. So this was a very tough time, and that was in 2006, which we were going through. And Noni has shown a tremendous improvement in my mother's health in 2 months. So me having a child with 1.5 kgs, went to a lot of doctors, but I could not get much medical help for his development. And then on our own risk, me and my mother, we started giving him noni fruit juice, and that has brought a marvelous change in his development, where he has not gained his weight for 4 months. And suddenly, from 5th month, after we started giving him noni, he started gaining weight, and he gained 750 grams in 1 month, which was like never imagined. So that caught our eye and attention towards what this noni fruit is all about. And then my father researched a lot, and we decided that we are going to cultivate this fruit and introduce it to people, so that there are so many families who might be having certain health issues, which, we would be in hopeless situation, but this fruit has done so much to us. So might as well help a lot of families in our country. And then when we researched, we understood that this fruit belongs to India, and its origin of India are used in Ayurveda, but it's a forgotten fruit by us. And it's got more popularity in Western countries. So we learned how to cultivate it, and we started with, because it has high medicinal value and it works on cellular health, that is, any living thing can have good cellular health having noni fruit. That is the gift of nature through this noni fruit. So then we thought, ठीक है, उसको हम develop करेंगे, लोगों को बताएंगे, educate करेंगे, and there are so many families who could benefit like us. And we started cultivating, and this was on a buyback because we don't know how to make juice. We thought we will do our contribution to the society. So buyback contract में हमने ये cultivation शुरू किया, and we started giving to the companies who are actually manufacturing it in a juice form. ऐसा 8 साल चला. And when we are in buyback situation, like हमारे business पे जब हम buyback contract में करते हैं, so what happens is your dependency is more. Like unless they don't pay you, you cannot sell it anywhere else. And that dependency has put us on loss also. Like 8 years we were on that contract, and they used to not pay us very regularly, because they know that हम contract में हैं और हमें उनको ही देना है. और जब harvesting होता है ये सब, तो इतना खर्चा होता है, we used to put up from our own pockets. So then seeing all this, when we are educated and we've seen business life, corporate life, I felt, why should I be helpless? Let's do something and work on our own. Why this dependency? And from there, I put up with a brand name called Check Organics and started making noni juice ourselves. बट मोस्टली क्या होता है ना, फैक्ट्रीज में नोनी फ्रूट को नेचुरली नहीं बनाया जाता, विच इज मोस्टली मिसगाइडेड. व्हाट हैपेंस इज दे टेक द फ्रूट, दे ड्राई इट, जैसे सर ने बताया, डिहाइड्रेट, तो ये फ्रूट्स को डिहाइड्रेट करते हैं सोलर यूनिट्स में, और उसको पाउडर बना के बॉईल करके प्रिजर्वेटिव्स, फ्लेवर्स एंड अदर हर्ब्स ये सब ऐड करके पूरा नोनी जूस बनता है. मोस्ट ऑफ द नोनी जूस अक्रॉस द ग्लोब आर मेड लाइक दैट. एंड उसमें क्या है, मैक्सिमम 10 to 20% ओनली वी हैव noni fruit. But then we were not prepared to do this kind of process. So we wanted to do it in the traditional way, which is like 100% pure, with no adulteration, no cooking, nothing. So, but इसमें क्या होता है, ये fermentation जैसे wine process रहता है वैसे करना है. तो वेरी स्ट्रिंजेंटली, जैसे फ्रूट्स हम राइप फ्रूट्स लेते हैं, डिफरेंस क्या है ना, जब हम फ्रूट को प्लग करते हैं, that means it indicates when the fruit is still hanging to the tree, it indicates it doesn't have the complete nutritional value because it is still getting its nutritional from the tree. जब वो गिर जाता है, that means it is complete, the fruit is completely occupied with its nutritional, real nutritional value, and then it is best to consume. That is the process of nature. So what we do is we allow the noni fruit to drop on its own, and then we do it in fermentation process, which takes us at least 1 year to make natural noni juice. तो मोस्ट ऑफ द कमर्शियल कंपनीज में क्या करते हैं, दे डोंट गिव दिस मच टाइम, नॉर this process is reasonable. It is like, you know, very slow process, takes a year. जैसे लास्ट ईयर के फ्रूट्स अब रेडी होंगे जूस के लिए. So we have to be very hygienic and very stringent in how we store the juice and fruits and all that. तो ये process most of the commercial companies follow नहीं करते. But we wanted to do it in the most authentic way because ये अपने दिल से आया है कि society को contribute करना है. You know, it's not on a commercial mode we started this business. So here what I want to say is, बिजनेस अगर करना है तो एक पैशन, एक विजन रहना है. जैसे हमें ये जो घर में इंसिडेंट हुआ है, with this incident we decided that let's educate people on this, that you don't have to depend on doctors or medicines or hopeless situations. We can also have something with nature which can cure. तो ये पैशनेट से हमने काम शुरू किया. इसमें हर्डल्स भी आते हैं, but we didn't leave it there. That passion drives us to go forward, and it's been 9 years I'm in this journey, you know, forgoing my NRI life, living a normal Indian life, and getting into farming. It's all a big struggle because we have to educate ourselves in knowing the fruit, in knowing agriculture, and उसके साथ क्या करना है, क्योंकि there's no support. You know, everything you have to educate yourself, you have to do it yourself. तो ये सब होता है only when you're passionate. If you don't have passion, if you're commercially thinking कि मुझे सब लोग कर रहे हैं तो मुझे भी करना है, ऐसा business ज्यादा नहीं चलता, because you are in competition. But because of this passion, we have created uniqueness in our own business. Now I can assure you that nobody can you know, copy our kind of formulas, our kind of business, because ये पूरा from sowing a seed, cultivating, making a fruit, then fruit को कैसे कैसे use कर सकते हैं with zero waste, ये सब हमने बहुत hurdles के साथ यहाँ तक conclude करके हम आ रहे हैं. तो हमने क्या किया, ये जब नोनी फ्रूट शुरू किए, तो जूस के बाद पल्प को क्या करना है. पल्प को we don't want to throw because we know the pain of how it took a year to get there to make this juice. तो पल्प को क्यों फेंकना है, उसमें तो मेडिसिनल वैल्यूज है, तो क्या करना है. तो हमने क्या किया, हमने डिहाइड्रेट करना शुरू किया. तो ये जो आपने सोलर सेशन सीखा है, तो इसमें क्या है, whatever is going waste, you are making a reuse of it. So that's what we did in our business. So we started dehydrating the fruits and making them into chips. तो क्योंकि उसमें पल्प रहता है, सीड रहता है, it has its own benefits. जितना भी नेचुरल जूस निकलता है वो हम फिल्टर करते ही हैं, बट वो पल्प को भी वेस्ट नहीं करना है, क्योंकि उसमें और बहुत सारा फाइबर है, न्यूट्रिएंट्स है, एंड इट्स अ सुपर फूड. सुपर फूड मतलब which not just works on your physical body, but it also works on your emotions and your chakras, your energy levels, everything. So ये जो subtle energy देता है जो हमें दिखता नहीं है, just like I can say for you all to easily understand bhakti. जैसे आपका भगवान पे भक्ति है, आप दिखा नहीं सकते. It's an emotion. Just like that, when you have noni juice, or it's a pranic food. Pranic food is something which works not only on physical, but also on an emotional and soul level, on chakras, on everything. So pranic food, जैसे ashgard हो गया, जैसे noni fruit है, जैसे moringa है, ये सब pranic food है, which do more than physical. So इसको कहीं waste नहीं करना था. तो हमने क्या किया, ये फ्रूट को डिहाइड्रेट करके चिप्स बनाया. चिप्स को हम ज्यादा टाइम स्टोर कर सकते हैं बिकॉज वो डिहाइड्रेटेड है. तो उसको हम पाउडर बना के तरह तरह से प्रोडक्ट्स बनाना शुरू किए. जैसे मैं उपटन बनाती हूँ, तो वी आर द ओनली ब्रांड विच मेक्स नोनी उपटन. नोनी फ्रूट के साथ उपटन बनाना, जो बाथ पाउडर है, ट्रेडिशनल बाथ पाउडर. देन यही पाउडर को हमने हेयर पैक्स के लिए बनाया, और कंडीशनिंग होता है और हेयर ग्रोथ होता है, क्योंकि ये नोनी फ्रूट सेल्यूलर हेल्थ पे काम करता है. इट वर्क्स ऑन सेल्स, सो इट वर्क्स ऑन हेयर cells when you're applying it to hair. तो हमने hair packs बनाया इसके साथ. And apart from this, जो हम organic cultivation करते हैं उसमें बहुत सारे weeds होते हैं. Weeds are like unknown plants to us, or we feel they are waste, तो हम pluck करके फेंक देते हैं. तो out of our own interest we studied the values of weeds, उसके क्या medicinal properties है, and we have started using those weeds which are naturally growing without any pesticide, without anything. They are so highly medicinal. तो वो weeds को हम waste क्यों करें? Just because we don't know, we call them weeds, but they are actually Ayurvedic properties है, उसमें बहुत सारे healing properties है. तो वो सब हमने सीख के उसको बनाया है. Can you see me? Hello? 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 I'm sorry. Can you
Yes,
hear
ma'am.
me and see me? Yeah. So
No,
वो weeds के साथ,
we are unable to see you, ma'am. We can just hear you.
can you see me now?
Yeah, now you're visible.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So अभी 50 एकड़ है. 50 एकड़ में हम 5 एकड़ अगर कल्टीवेशन के लिए भी यूज करते हैं, another 45 acres वो सॉइल में, ये एनवायरनमेंट में जो कल्टीवेट होता है उसको हम वैसे कल्टीवेट होने देते हैं, बिकॉज नेचर नोज व्हाट टू गिव अस द बेस्ट. और दूसरी बात है कि यू नो वी आर, आई थिंक यू ऑल नो अबाउट डीएनए, हमारा जीन्स. सो जो हमारा नेटिव है, our DNA understands, because it's been generations we've lived in the soil and we are totally connected to the soil and the environment. So जो भी हमारा native है उसको हम यूज करेंगे तो बॉडी बहुत अच्छे से समझेगा, क्योंकि वो जेनेटिक रिकॉर्ड में है. जैसे अभी केमिकल एक्सपोजर्स जो हो रहे हैं, our DNA does not understand because we've not had so much of chemical exposure in the past lives. जैसे हमारे grandparents हो गए, great grandparents हो गए, they've never faced so much of industrialization. They lived more close to nature. So अब हमें क्यों health issues आ रहे हैं? क्योंकि we are doing something which our ancestors did not do, which is not registered in DNA. These kind of chemicals and toxins are not exposed like before. So that is the one which is creating major health issues. तो नोनी क्या करता है? I'm sorry, I'm in a moment, but I'll settle down in 5 minutes. So नोनी क्या करता है? 2 minutes. Yeah. Noni is a fruit which also detoxes and repairs whatever is not working well in our body. तो हमने इसको समझा है, काफी टाइम से रिसर्च किया है, पर्सनली यूज किया है, तरह तरह से उसका फ्रेश फ्रूट, फ्रेश जूस और ड्राई फ्रूट, whatever possible we tried everything, and then we understood that it is a good thing, but it can be made into many products. So we are right now making 40 products just with you know understanding this fruit. And इसमें fresh fruit भी use होता है, juice भी use होता है, and also we use the dry fruit. तो yes, thank you so much for your patience. Hello, can you all see me and hear me? So when there
Yes,
is
ma'am, you are
passion,
visible.
yes, when there is passion and there is a drive, you will automatically come across so many ideas. जैसे अभी तक जो formulations हमने बनाए हैं with combination of weeds, जिसको हम उसको वेस्ट समझते हैं फार्म्स में, उसको हमने पढ़ के उसके बेनिफिट्स जाने और उसको यूज कर रहे हैं. नोनी फ्रूट जो नेचुरल फ्रूट फॉर्म है, उसका जूस है, उसका पल्प है, या उसका ड्राई पाउडर है, उसको भी यूज कर रहे हैं. तो ये सब के साथ हमने अब तक 40 प्रोडक्ट्स बनाए जो हमारे यूनिक फॉर्मुलेशंस है. ये सब हमने बनाया विदाउट एनी बैकग्राउंड ऑफ आयुर्वेदा और फार्मिंग. इट इज ओनली अ पैशनेट ड्राइव. तो ये स्टोरी सुन के इतना पॉपुलैरिटी आया है, इतना सम्मान मिला है, गॉट सो मेनी अवार्ड स्टेट लेवल, नेशनल लेवल. और ये कंज्यूमर फोरम ऑफ इंडिया जो इंडिया टेक्स केयर लीगली ऑफ ऑल द कंज्यूमर्स, उनसे भी हमें अवार्ड मिला है लास्ट ईयर. सो इट इज सच अ सेटिस्फैक्शन. एंड it doesn't end there. अभी products बनाना एक है, उसका packaging is another challenge. क्योंकि अभी क्या होता है ना, most of the brands like ours, like herbal brands में आजकल बहुत रेडीमेड फॉर्मुलेशंस मिल जाते हैं फैक्ट्री से. और वो लोशन हो या शैम्पू हो या क्रीम हो, रेडीमेड प्रोसेस हो जाता है. आप खरीद के उसमें थोड़ा एसेंशियल ऑयल, थोड़ा कलर या जो भी आपको फैंसी दिखना है वो ऐड करके पैकेजिंग कर लो. मोस्ट आई कैन से आउट ऑफ 100 ब्रांड्स 98 ब्रांड्स आर डूइंग दैट. बट हम क्या किए, इसको हम ग्राउंड लेवल से, जैसे फार्मिंग से लेके फॉर्मुलेशन से लेके फिर प्रोडक्ट पैकेजिंग एंड एवरीथिंग वी आर डूइंग. So we are completely unique brand on our own, and we are the only brand in India who is doing so much based on noni fruit. तो हमने natural hair dye बनाया है which is 100% chemical free. जैसे अभी you can see my hair, it's all completely with the help of my own products. Then we make hair oil shampoo. ये जो hair oil shampoo है, इसका हमने only with herbs. They're completely, we try and avoid chemicals because our body is really struggling since some 3 to 4 generations. You can see itna health issues ho gaye hain. That is because of exposure to chemicals. So we try and educate all our customers to how you can see best results using natural herbs. तो ये जो हेयर ऑयल है, इट कैन रिवर्स ग्रे हेयर टू अ ग्रेटर एक्सटेंट. इट कैन रीग्रो योर हेयर. इट कैन आपने कभी हेयर का वेट सुना है? जनरली पीपल ओनली आर वरीड अबाउट हेयर फॉल या हेयर ग्रोथ, बट हेयर का वेट दैट इंडिकेट्स कितना अब्जॉर्प्शन है आपके हेयर में. जितना कम आपका एक्सपोजर है केमिकल्स से, उतना हैवी आपके बाल बन जाते हैं. तो weight of hair is also a great thing. And shampoo, most of them say hair fall हो रहा है, क्या करें ये. लेकिन आपने अगर आप देखें तो आपके ग्रेट ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स ये सब कुछ भी इंडस्ट्री से नहीं आता था, सब कुछ किचन से शुरू होता था. सो हमने भी अपना प्रोडक्ट और सब प्रोडक्ट्स, अभी जो भी 40 प्रोडक्ट्स बनते हैं, वी हैव 2 किचन्स इन आवर area, and we manage everything from kitchen. I don't have big machines, I don't have इतना तामझाम कुछ नहीं है. बेसिक आयुर्वेदिक किचन है हमारा, जो हम उसी से सारे प्रोडक्ट्स बनाते हैं. The only thing we have to make sure कि ये फॉर्मूला जो हम बनाते हैं ये सब हेयर टाइप्स या सब स्किन टाइप्स को काम करेगा कि नहीं. तो so far हमारे ये रिसर्च में ये समझा है कि when you are going natural, everything is automatically working on every skin type and every hair type, and all ages, from born babies to any age, can use. So this entire journey of mine, I mean the Czech Organics brand, one major help was from Kobe, because I've been doing I've done EDP course when I joined in when I settled in India, क्योंकि इंडिया आके समझ में नहीं आता कि क्या करना है, मार्केट कैसा चल रहा है, बिजनेस को कैसे समझे। तो ईडीपी कोर्स कोवे में बहुत बड़ा हेल्प था कि मुझे, आप जैसे बेनिफिट कर रहे हैं ये ईडीपी कोर्स से, वैसे भी मैंने भी I've been part of that in my early journey, and then I've benefited enough, and then giving back to Kowe again in my own ways. So this is the entire journey. अब हम जाके, we are in online, we are offline in supermarkets and organic stores. We are online in Amazon, Flipkart, and we also have our website www.checkorganics.com. And we also have stock points where we encourage women sitting at home running their business. तो वो लोग basic investments जैसे 50,000 का शुरू कर सकते हैं. They can take up products, and with a distribution margin, they can sell from home. They don't need even an infrastructure for that. And then we are also open for white label, जैसे जिसको भी ये authentic products sale करना है, or they can invest in some bigger amounts, then they can also go for white label. जैसे हम पूरा product बना के देते हैं, लेकिन label आपका रहेगा manufactured by Chakoti Bioorganics रहेगा. So you can create your own brand. So these are the ways we are trying to grow, and also going for a very formal distribution channel, not only in Telangana, India, but also abroad. We have a great clientele in overseas also, but बहुत informal है, जिसको हम streamline कर रहे हैं. So this is my total journey as a successful entrepreneur. So
Is there any remedy for white hair with your product, ma'am?
yes, we do. We have a natural hair color जिसको हम इंस्टा रंग बोलते हैं. तो वो just herbal pack है. आप use करने से naturally white hair को black कर सकते हैं. But
first time installing share कर दीजिए, so that they will have a look at your products also.
Sure, I'll do that. I will definitely
Yeah.
share it. You can just go to our website www.checkorganics.com. All our products are vegan.
एक बार चैट में आप ड्रॉप कर दीजिए आपका इंस्टा आईडी, मैम.
जी जी,
जस्ट इन द चैट बॉक्स.
ओके. दिस इज आवर, एक्चुअली मैं अपना वेबसाइट सेंड कर रही हूँ, जिसमें पूरे डिटेल्स हैं अबाउट every product, and okay, so yeah,
that is better, ma'am. Website link is always better.
yes, in that you have everything. I mean, मैं YouTube भी चलाती हूँ to educate people on how to identify chemical products and natural products. भले ही मेरे से नहीं खरीदे, but at least education is very important, क्योंकि I went through all this struggle, so I make sure I educate people on it.
So our members can contact you directly, ma'am.
Yes, please. You can contact my
Please
number.
share your number also, ma'am.
Yeah.
Please share your number also.
Yes, 733-113-1516. My name is Kirti Chikoti. Yes, I shared it. So any questions to anybody?
That's better, ma'am. Yeah.
किसी को कुछ क्वेश्चंस है बिजनेस के बारे में या हर्बल प्रोडक्ट्स के बारे में?
Product like you are open for franchisees.
Not franchisee, it is white label. White label मतलब हम पूरा क्योंकि formulations बहुत secretive रहते हैं और बहुत confidential रहते हैं, तो हम क्या करते हैं, पूरा product आपको बना के देते हैं. ओके, आप आपका पैकेजिंग कर सकते हैं. You can do your packaging and label it as manufactured by and marketed by you and packed and marketed by you, जिसको भी आपका ब्रांड चाहिए. That is called white
हाँ,
label. एंड
White.
फ्रेंचाइजी मतलब स्टॉक पॉइंट्स बोलती हूँ मैं, क्योंकि फ्रेंचाइजी मतलब देयर इज एन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, देयर इज अ थीम, देयर इज ऑल दैट, उसमें
Yes,
investment
yes, yes.
ज्यादा होता है. बट लेडीज हु वांट टू जस्ट वर्क फ्रॉम होम, दे कैन जस्ट स्टार्ट विद स्टॉक पॉइंट. स्टॉक पॉइंट में क्या है, ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट कुछ नहीं है, आपको बेसिक मिनिमम क्वांटिटी खरीदना है और आप घर से ही आपका बिजनेस चला सकते हैं. एंड मोस्टली आई हैव encouraged सिंगल पेरेंट, जो विडो है या डिवोर्सी है, you know, she can have an extra income through this business. So far I've been doing that with a lot of stock points. And इसमें क्या है, मैं पूरा मार्केटिंग सपोर्ट दूंगी आपको. जहाँ जो भी टेस्टिमनीज है, एड्स है, वो सब हम मार्केटिंग सपोर्ट देते हैं. आपको
The
सिर्फ
price will be decided by you or by us, whoever wants to brand their product.
ब्रांड देयर प्रोडक्ट मीन्स एमआरपी हम नहीं देते. बेसिक जो भी
अच्छा.
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कॉस्ट है वो लेते हैं आप, और आप अपना खुद का कॉस्ट रख सकते हैं. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू स्टॉक पॉइंट, क्योंकि हमारा ब्रांड रहता है, तो आपको कुछ मार्जिन रहता है, परसेंटेज ऑफ मार्जिन रहता है, विच इज एमआरपी इज फिक्स्ड इन दैट.
Okay.
Yeah. So white label में you can put your own margins, you can put your own MRP.
Okay.
And we are also
Okay.
Ayurvedic certified.
That's
So
good.
आयुष certification भी है.
Okay.
And आयुष certification के लिए, you know,
Okay.
process इतना है कि they check all the ingredients and see if they are actually used in Ayurvedic recipes. So उसमें भी green
Okay.
signal आ गया है. And then they will see the kind of testimonies, not from me, but they will give the samples to another 10 people and take reviews from there. तो उससे भी
Okay.
ग्रीन सिग्नल आया है. सो टोटली वी आर सर्टिफाइड आयुर्वेदिक ब्रांड.
What is the minimum investment, ma'am?
Minimum investment when it comes to white label will be 1 lakh, 1 lakh.
1 lakh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I think most of us can afford. It's not even a worth of a necklace.
Okay. Okay. Now, who all can consume noni juice? There is one last question.
Okay, noni juice can be consumed by any age, because ये process हमने traditionally बनाया है, तो it is safe. जैसे बाहर मोस्ट ऑफ द अदर ब्रांड्स दे ऐड अश्वगंधा, आंवला, प्रिजर्वेटिव, फ्लेवर्स, ये सब ऐड करते हैं, तो दैट यू कैन नॉट गारंटी, क्योंकि उसमें बहुत सारा प्रोसेस होता है. बट वी आर गोइंग विद फर्मेंटेशन प्रोसेस विच इज कंप्लीटली ट्रेडिशनल, और उसमें हम प्रिजर्वेटिव नहीं डालते, पानी नहीं डालते, कुछ नहीं, सिर्फ वो एक्सट्रैक्ट है फ्रूट का. एंड अगर हम सही तरीके से बनाए तो इट हैज इट्स ओन सेल्फ प्रिजर्वेशन मेड बाय द फ्रूट इटसेल्फ. तो वो जूस हम सेल करते हैं. दैट कैन बी यूज्ड फ्रॉम एनी एज, फ्रॉम बॉर्न बेबीज टू एनी एज. एंड
When do we need to take that juice, ma'am? The timing and how many times can we take?
it has to be consumed empty stomach. Empty stomach is best, because जब आपका body fasting रहता है all night, whatever you consume is well absorbed. That is the reason when you are taking any good thing for your body, it should be taken in the early morning. So when you consume, for adults it is 10 ml first 3 days, just to introduce it to your body, and 15 ml every day. तो आपका detox भी हो जाएगा और body repair भी होगा, and it builds immunity as well.
Okay. Yes,
If it
ma'am.
is baby, if it
One
is baby,
last question, ma'am.
yeah,
What is the Ayurvedic name for noni, and can we all Jains consume it?
yes, you all can consume it. It is like a guava tree. It belongs to a coffee family, and
Okay.
it is a vegan. Vegan में आता है वो. और आपने पूछा क्या है?
What is the Ayurvedic name, ma'am?
हाँ, आयुर्वेदिक नेम अशुका.
Ashuka.
अशुका फल, या उसको
Okay.
मोरिंडा सिट्रिफोलिया एल बोलते हैं. साइंटिफिक नेम है मोरिंडा सिट्रिफोलिया. उसको इंडियन मलबेरी भी बोलते हैं, इंडियन मलबेरी. इन
Okay.
जनरल.
अच्छा, Indian Malpo. Okay.
एंड उसको नोनी बोलते हैं, NONI, नोनी.
Okay.
या.
So, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. This was really a wonderful session with something new information for us today. It was a
Thank you
new
so much.
information and or suddenly mila hai. We were not prepared also for this, but it was a very, very new thing for us. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much for being with us, ma'am. Do share all the details, and definitely members will get back to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye, ma'am.
We have another one 15-20 minute session, a small one, where we have another speaker. Request Ashwini to make Usha ma'am the co-host now. Ashwini? Yes, Savita ji will be adding you in the group.
Yes, ma'am.
Please make Usha the co-host. Raki, you can start.
Done, ma'am.
Done. Okay.
I'm sorry I'm not sharing my video because I'm right now in US
Ashwini, can you
and at 2
unmute
o'clock is
Raki and Anita? Anita is audible. Can you unmute Raki? Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Now we have our last session for the day, last speaker for the day. I would request Anita Ji Ranka to please introduce the speaker, please. Over to
Jai
you, Anita.
Jinendra, everyone. Jai Jinendra, everyone. Usha ji is a seasoned professional with over 20 years of experience in corporate finance and strategies, having worked with top companies like Airtel, Viacom 18, and Reckitt Banker. She has transitioned into social entrepreneurship and startups, serving as CEO of the Confederation of Women Entrepreneur of India. Usha ji mentors and trains startups in finance, funding, and strategy at incubators like NutriHub, CCMB, and IITs, and is also an angel investor. She holds a BTech and IIT Madras and an MBA in finance and marketing from XLRI Jamshedpur. I welcome Usha ji.
you everybody, can you hear me?
We can hear you, ma'am, but we cannot see you.
Please don't expect to see me. I'm in US right now at 2:30 in the night. I don't think you can won't see my face.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am. No
so
issues, please tell.
don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just let me share the presentation with you. Let me know when you can see the presentation.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay, so quickly, I just want to introduce a new program that COVE is doing, and we want to invite all your GPO ladies to be part of the program if they are interested. This is basically an accelerator program, which is basically for people who've already started a business. So any of your EDP, if you've already got a business in which you want to more support, right? That is where we want to support you. It's basically for anybody with 12 lakh plus revenues, that this is for them. The idea is a 3 month duration program with it's all online. It is with one kind of a boot camp which will be there in the middle of the 3 months, which will be held in Hyderabad. And the idea is to help you, anybody who's done 12 lakhs, how can you get to 2 crores? How can you become that? How do you build a strategy for that kind of a business? So what it does is, one, we talk to you about your business. We talk to you about your scale, your business. How do you grow this thing? Uh, how we help you become fundraiser ready, which basically means we get your DPR or your pitch deck ready and put you in front of the fundraising people. It's a hands-on workshop, which means at the end of these 12 weeks, you have a total strategy ready to take you from, let's say, 20 lakhs to 2 crores. How can you do that? What is the process that you have to do? Where do you have to market? Connects that need to be made for that marketing session. What kind of what other support systems that is required? All of that will be done. And how is this done? It's basically a 2 hour session weekly. We What is special about this? There are a lot of accelerator programs in the market. What is special about this accelerator program is that we understand as women, uh, an accelerate for a program for such a program to stick to for 12 weeks. You need a support system. You need somebody to handhold you. So a resident mentor will be assigned to you, which means there is one person who is always available to you for any questions that you have. So let's say today you have a session on go-to-market strategy, right? On how do you retain a customer once you get a customer? And that after that session, you have to develop your own strategy for retaining your customer. To take you through that, to walk you through it, to help you define it, an expert from your industry who's already, or a similar industry who's already done something like this, would be with you to help you design that process. This is something that is not there in most accelerator programs, but this is something that, because we understand women entrepreneurs, is something that we have kept as an additional thing. Uh, there's practical assignments, which basically means by the demo day, the final pitch day, you are ready to take your business places. Um, Kalpana would tell you, who's the president of Kuwait Telangana, will tell you that, see, a lot of us think we know how to do business, but sometimes getting an external perspective support helps you look at your business again and helps you think of new ways to grow. And this is what this program supports. The applications are open. If you are in any of you are interested, please reach out to us. We'll be very happy to send you the application forms. Kuwait Telangana will share the application forms with you. So there's a clear plan of action. What do you do? How do you get? What kind of financial modeling? How can you price? Again, a lot of you would be selling in your state. If I go to another state, how should I differentiate the pricing? What should be my delivery models? How do I grow that way? If I'm on one online platform, what other online platforms should I work on? All of that will be part of your this thing. So all of that will be there. There are very senior mentors who will be sitting and working with you. People who have been in business, who've done businesses before. So we are looking for anybody with tech or manufacturing as their background. These are the two things, and it's open to both men and women, but preferably women. So these investors have already committed to fund the startups who will be part of this program. So if any of you are looking for investments and are looking to grow with investments, please reach out to us, and we will be very happy to support you. So please join us, and if you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer it.
Okay, ma'am. Any questions regarding this? Ma'am, you'll be having the program link, right?
Yeah, the program link is available. If 1 second, I will just put up
I'll
there's a
just talk
QR
to
code.
Kalpana and Shanti, and I'll just tell them to post it in our MSME group so that members can connect directly.
Please, we are looking for basically women in tech and women in manufacturing. These are the two the things we are looking at. If any of your family members are also interested, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be very happy to
Sure,
work with them.
sure, we'll do that, ma'am. I'll be sharing the link in the group, MSME group, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So today is the end of the session, and tomorrow we'll be having our last session. Ladies, the same time, 11 to 1. And I hope it is benefited to everybody. And thank you so much, ladies, for joining this session. See you all tomorrow at clock. I'll be sharing the new Zoom link. Yeah, the contact number and everything will be shared, Meeta, in the MSME group. We'll be sharing all the, and even the recordings will be shared. The YouTube link and everything will be shared in our MSME group. Okay. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining the session.